Welcome back to another video by 12th District. In this video, we will be discussing the third function of management, that is staffing. Before that, let us have a quick revision of functions of management. The functions of management are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating and controlling. So in our previous videos, we have completed with the two functions of management, that is planning and organizing. You can have a look onto that videos as well. So planning is deciding in advance what to do, how to do, when to do and who is to do it. The functions of planning are: helps to set clear objective, provides the path of action. Planning improves performance, minimizes the risk, it leads to optimum utilization of resources, helps in decision making, useful in setting the standards for controlling, facilitate coordination of all the activities, facilitate other management function, and last it is provide innovative ideas. Then the second function of management that we have done is organizing. Organizing is the process of identifying, bringing the required resources together, such as the men, money, materials and methods, grouping and arranging them properly for achieving the objective. Importance of organizing are as follows: facilitate administration as well as operation, brings specialization, defines the job properly, clarifies authority and responsibility, establish coordination, helps effective administration, helpful for growth and diversification, creates a sense of security, scope for innovation, and last, helps in optimum utilization of resources. So now in this video, let us start with the third function of management, that is staffing. On page number 21 of your OC and M textbook. The meaning of staffing. Staffing is the function of execution according to plan and organizational structure. It is the process of attracting, recruiting, selecting, placing, appraising, remunerating, developing and retaining the best workforce. So staffing means to hire the employees for a company to work for the company. That is, to recruit, to select the best employees, to provide them with training and development so that they can work for the benefit of the company. Overall growth and success of every venture is based on appropriateness of staffing function. So staffing is also a very important function of management, because in this function, staffing, it is dependent on the overall growth and development of the company. If the company hires the best employees, then it will lead to the growth of the employees and vice versa. It is very challenging for organization to focus on the best utilization of workforce by using their talent and skills, retaining them and arranging training and development programs. So here the main important thing that the company does is the company hires the employees, then certain trainings and development is provided to them based on the talent and skills and specification of the employees. Trainings are also being given to them. The function emphasizes managing human and not material or financial resources. So the staffing function, it deals only with the human work. It doesn't deals with the finance related to monies and material. The need of staffing arises since the initial period of organization. Initial means in the first period, the staffing function plays a very important role, as we have to select the employees at the initial stage of the company building itself. Due to promotion, transfer, business expansions, retirement, resignation, accident, death of employees, etc., vacancies are created in the organization. So in any companies or in any educational institutions, vacancies are only created when there is a death of employees, when accidents occur, when there is a retirement, or when any employee wants to resign, or there is any transfer from one company to another, from one department to another, or if the business is been expanding, then staffing plays a very important role, because it is only at that time that the various resources, the various human resource is required for the company. In this context, staffing function plays a very important role in organization. Right person at the right job with right pay is the basic principle of staffing. So the main and important and vital function of staffing is to have a right person, to hire the right employees at the right time, that is whenever the need and whenever the right time arises, and to pay that person their salary. So that is the main and the basic function of staffing. The definition of staffing, the first one is Theo Heyman says that the staffing function pertains to the recruitment, selection, development, training and compensation of subordinate managers. So this definition says that first there should be a recruitment, that is there should be selection of the employees. Once the employee is selected, training and development should be given to that employee based on the company's goals and objectives. The second definition, which has been given by Luther Gulick, says that staffing is the whole personal function of bringing in and training the staff and maintaining favorable conditions of work. So the second definition says that staffing is to bring all of it together, to bring together, to train the staff, each and every staff of the companies, and according to their work structure. And the third definition given by S. Benjamin says that staffing is the process involved in identifying, assessing, placing, evaluating and directing individuals at work. So this definition says that staffing is to identify the employees, to select the employees, to place the employees at a particular departments or at a particular work that they are talented into, to provide them with training and to direct the work as per the individual's need. So now let us begin with the importance of staffing. Importance of staffing, the first one is effective managerial function. Second, leads to effective utilization of human resources. Third one is build cordial relationship. Fourth one is helps human resource development. Fifth one is help in effective use of technology and other resources. The sixth one is improve effectiveness. Seventh, long-term function or effect. Eighth one is essential contribution. Ninth one is provide job satisfaction, and 10th one is maintains harmony. So let us discuss this one by one. The first one on page number 22, effective managerial function. Staffing is the key to effective performance and other function of management such as planning, organizing, directing and controlling. So this point says that staffing is also one of the main important function of organization or the function of management, along with planning, organizing, directing and controlling. Staffing also plays a very important role. Competent workforce can work effectively in different functional areas like production, sales, finance, etc. The outcome of other function is based on the effectiveness of staffing. So only when the company hires a good employee, then only in all the functional areas, that is promotions, we have finance, we have production, then only the company will be successful due to hiring of a skillful and talented employee to the organization and company. The second point, leads to effective utilization of human resource. Staffing function leads to effective utilization of human resource, that is workforce. So as we know that staffing only deals with the human, with the men and women. It only deals with the human beings, that is the workforce. Proper care is taken at every stage such as the recruitment, selection, placement, remuneration, training, development, etc. So in each and every step for the company which is important, proper care is taken. right from the recruitment, from the selections, from the transfer, from placement, to provide them with remunerations, from training and development. Proper care is taken in order to have a very skillful person in the organization, which is also very important nowadays in each and every company. Effective burden of work is avoided. So if one employee is affected, that employee will not have too much of work, but only a specific work that he can do, and he can lead the company to growth. Optimum utilization of human resource result in improvement in performance and progress of organization. So if any employee is been assigned, is been given specific work to do, and if he does that work in a very skillful and a very appropriate manner, so this will lead to improvement in the performance of the employee itself, also resulting in the growth and success of the company. So too much of work is being avoided by any company to their employees given. The third point, build cordial relationship. This function is helpful in building healthy relationship among all the levels of employees in the organization. So to have a good relation amongst all the level of management, that is the bottom level, the middle level and the top level, is a must. Proper coordination, proper communication and a good relation should be there among all the employees in any company and organization. A smooth human relation is the key to better communication and coordination of managerial efforts in an organization. So only when there is a smoothness, there is a cordial relation, a good and a better relation in any company and organization, and if there is a proper communication, so that company will lead to success. Also, the work of the company is assigned will be done easily and in a very efficient manner. The fourth point, helps human resource development. Skilled and experienced employee is an asset of a business organization. So, the main motive, the main goal of any company and organization is to have an employee, is to have a very skillful, trustworthy and talented employee. So once if the company have such employee, that company will naturally be very successful. Staffing helps to inculcate the organizational culture into employees. It trains and develops the existing workforce. So training and development also is being given very frequently to all the employees of the company. Once if they are updated with a proper training and development, then the goals that the company set can be achieved very quickly. Also, this will result in the self-development. If training and development is being given to employees, it will also enhance their self-development as well. So it also ensures smooth functioning of the managerial aspect of the business organization. The fifth point, helps in effective use of technology and other resources. So as we know nowadays how technology is playing a very vital and a very important role. As we can take the example of online technology that has been introduced newly in the education system. So as we 12th ISTIC is on YouTube, so technology is playing a very important role, especially in this period, especially in this 21st century. So companies also has to be updated, the employees, the managers, the CEO, the directors of the company also has to use the latest technology in order to be in the competition, to be successful. So here the point goes, trained employees can use the latest technology, capital material methods of work effectively. So the employees, the trained and developed employees of the organization, they have to use the latest technologies, the capitals, the latest materials very effectively for the company's growth. It helps in building competitive strength of the organization. So only when the companies make use of the latest technology, they can be in the competition. Otherwise, they stand nowhere. It also helpful in improving standard of work and productivity in the quality and the quantity. So by using the latest technology, the work can be done very easily in a very much greater manner. So the quantity and the quality of the work also, it improves, it increases. Now page number 23, the sixth point, improves efficiency. Training and development programs are offered to employees for self-development and organizational development. So each and every employees, each and every managers in the companies, they are given trainings, they are given the programs, the seminars of training in order to enhance their self-development and also the company's growth and development. Through proper selection, the organization gets quality employees, and through proper training, the performance level of the employees can be improved. So once if the companies, if the organization, they select a good and talented employees, then the quality of the employees that they have in the company, that also increases. So if that is good, and if training and development has been provided, the employees, the knowledge of the employees can also be improved. The seventh point, long-term effect. Qualified, efficient and skillful workforce is always an asset of the organization. So for any company to have a very skillful employee, to have talented employee, to have a very qualified, up-to-date knowledge employee is very important. If the company is having such employee who has all the qualities, then the companies will boost in the growth. Proper selection of employee leads to organization towards the path of success. So at the very initial stage, if the company has selected a good employee, then that company will lead to a path of success. If at the staffing stage only, at the initial stage only, the companies will not select a very proper employee, then it will be affected. The growth of the companies will be affected. Naturally, long-term positive effect can be observed on the efficiency of the organization. So if a person is talented, skillful, qualified, have the proper knowledge, then it will lead to positive growth of the companies and organization. The performance of the individuals also, the performance of the companies also will be seen. The eighth point, essential contribution. Staffing ensures the continuity and growth of the organization towards development of employees. So the growth, the continuity of the organization, it can be observed only when specific training is given to the employees. Selection is based on the ability of the prospective employees, so that organization can meet the future challenges wisely. Only if the employees is skillful and talented, only then the managers will recruit, will hire those employees. Also, if the employees are capable of handling challenges, of coming up with alternative solutions, of not panicking in such challenging situation, to tackle the situation very wisely. So according to that, based on all this, the companies will select, will recruit those employees. Therefore, the contribution of the staff in their future role is taken into account in staffing functions. So how they will react, how they can come up with various solutions, alternative solutions for the betterment of the company. So based on all this, employees will be selected in the staffing function. The ninth point, provides job satisfaction. Employees can be motivated through financial and non-financial incentives. So now once the employee is being hired, and if the employee is performing very well, is doing very well and is trying very hard for the growth of the companies, then these employees are being rewarded. So these rewards can be in the form of financial and non-financial incentive. Financial incentive deals with money related, that is, we have bonus, we have rewards like Diwali bonus, etc. And non-financial incentive, it leads to motivation, kind words, appreciation in front of all the employees. So adequate remuneration increases job satisfaction and morale of the employees. So only because of this incentives, that is the financial and non-financial incentives, it can lead to the growth, it can lead to satisfaction of the employees. training and development programs, fair remuneration and job security are the factors which are important in providing job satisfaction. So, development, training and development, job satisfaction, it also relates to training and development. So, training and development plays a very important role to provide satisfaction, to provide job satisfaction to every employees. For example, we can see in the Domino's pizza that we eat, the star reward is being given to every employees who have more customers, who does the sale of pizza, so they are rewarded. Also they can get various bonuses also. So this is called as job satisfaction. It helps to develop a dedication, a strong dedication, a sense of oneness for the companies also, so that looking into that, other employees of the company can also work hard for the company, so that even now or in the later future, even those companies will get rewarded. So this is called as to have a job satisfaction in oneself. Now with the last point, that is maintains harmony, to maintain a good relation among all in the company. In staffing function, individuals are recruited, selected and placed, as well as their performance is regularly appraised and promotions are taken on the basis of merit. So what happens in the staffing function is the individuals are selected. So suppose if there are 10 people in the interview, 5 can be selected. So that is, they are selected, they are recruited. Then they are being placed in each department according to the skills and the talents. Then their performance, what they work, how much they strive for the company, each and everything is being recorded, is being analyzed by the managers. According to them, their promotions, their pay scale is based. So these are the importance also for their individual point of view. For this, criteria is made and duly communicated to concerned employees. This brings harmony and peace in organization. So all of this, that is also to maintain the individuals, the employees point of view, dealing with the companies and organizations, and to have a betterment in the companies. For the companies also, peace and harmony is very important, because if there is no peace and if there is only fighting in the company, then the companies will not grow. But if there is harmony, if there is peace, if there is a sense of discipline in the company, then the company can lead to the path of success. So this was it with the importance, the meaning and the definition of staffing, which is the third important functions of management. Stay tuned for our next video on OCEM, that is the next functions of management. Until then, take care. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel 12th is Thick. Take care. Bye-bye.